Art scammers are a group of people you'll probably encounter at some point on the internet if you buy or engage with other artists online. Art scammers tend to be people who steal other artists' work and claim it as their own, or they might trace pre-existing pieces of art or use some kind of AI image generator and claim it's their original work. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the story of my personal experience with an art scammer, what I learned from this, and maybe how to avoid it. So strap in, this is a wild and stupid story. As most of you know, I'm the director and animator of the animated series Riptide here on YouTube. If you're new to this channel, check it out. There's already 2 episodes released and more on the way. But I'm the sole animator on the show. I have coloring help, but I'm the only animator. During this time, I was working on episode 3 and I was burnt out. I was averaging 20 hours a week on production, and it was really starting to wear me down. I was dealing with eye strain, wrist and hand pain, and my back was killing me all the time. I brought this all up to one of my team members who I will call Jordan for this video. That's a good gender neutral name, right? Jordan's been absolutely amazing throughout this entire experience, but I don't want to drag them into this nonsense, so I'm giving them a fake name for this video. But I know Jordan will probably be watching this video, so hi Jordan, you're the best. I appreciate you. You know who you are. I opened up and I told Jordan that I was feeling overworked and stressed out. They suggested that I find a second animator to work with me on my show, and reluctantly, I accepted. I'm not the best at accepting help, but it is something I'm working on. I've been that way my entire life, but I'm getting better at it. We talked a bit longer about what I needed and specifics, and Jordan goes, I know a guy. Jordan is that one person who somehow knows everybody. Like, you'll go to the grocery store with them and they'll somehow know 5 different people there. Anyways, Jordan sets me up with this guy who I'll call Henry. Now, Henry wasn't just an animator, but he also was a fellow director as well. He had his own animated series he was developing that Jordan was actually a lead voice actor for. As you'd probably expect, I was super excited to meet this guy. My expectations were high, and I was excited to discuss us possibly working together in the future. Once we met, our conversation went as followed. Hello, heard from Jordan that you needed a second animator and that you were looking for help on your project. Hi Henry, hope you're doing well. Thanks for getting back to me. Yeah, of course. I'm glad to help in any way I can. Yes, I'm not too sure how much Jordan told you, but I'm looking for just a little bit of help to wrap up animation for episode 3 of my animated series Riptide. Fair enough. What do you need me to do for you? All they told me is that they were asking to see if I was interested in being a second animator because you have too much on your hands and struggling balancing stuff. Oh, I understand. May I ask a few questions? Sure, ask away. What programs do you use for art and animation? And can you send me some or any examples of your work? And I use OpenTunes for animating. Now this is when things begin to get weird. The first thing I noticed about these illustrations is that each one has a drastically different art style. There is no consistency between these pieces. Even the 2 sketchy illustrations he provided aren't even a similar style. Also, this piece right here is literally an AI generated image. When I eventually decided to reverse image search these, mind you, all of which came up, so none of these pieces were original or belonged to him. This one of the guy in the trench coat literally popped up on an AI image generator website with the watermark and all. I personally was shocked. I was like, does this guy think I'm stupid? Does he think I'm stupid? Does he think I'm an absolute idiot? Cause what? He literally, quite literally, was playing in my face. I was in disbelief. So I reached back out to Jordan. Hey, Jordan. Yeah? We have a problem. I explained the situation to Jordan. I sent them the pictures of past quote-unquote work Henry had completed. Jordan even confirms this, as they tell me they recognize one of the pieces from years ago. Jordan starts profusely apologizing to me, me, saying how they had no idea and they would have never set me up with Henry if they knew he was a scammer. I was very quick to reassure them and let them know it wasn't their fault, and it really meant so much to me that Jordan just wanted to help me out. Jordan and I discussed the situation a little longer before they suggest that I give Henry the opportunity to come clean himself. I liked this idea. I wanted to see how far this would go now that I knew the truth. So I responded, "Those look awesome. Do you have any examples of your animation?"
"No, nothing yet. I've been busy with creating the audio for my series, so haven't drawn anything yet besides those pics."
"What kind of series do you have? Is there anything finished from that I can see?"
"Blank is actually my first series I'm wanting to work on, hoping to have it done by the end of summer."
I couldn't help but notice that all the art styles are different in each of your pieces. Why is that?
"Some of them I did pretty quick and late."
"And what about payment? Would you prefer an hourly pay or a whole total payment?"
"Hourly would be good. Is there a fixed time frame that you want it done by?"
"I want the episode completed some point in May. How much are you thinking for your hourly pay? I see you live in country name. I'm not too sure what the pay looks like there."
"Would $14.50 an hour be good for you?"
I'm gonna jump in here real quick and say I had no intention of paying Henry at this point. I was only asking him out of morbid curiosity to see how much he'd price for stolen work. Like, come on, I just had to ask. I give him one more chance and I say, "Are you sure these are yours?" Once again, I give him the opportunity to come clean himself, and he triples down, saying,
"Yes, I was playing around with different styles."
That's when I decided to cut the bull and get straight to the point. I just finished reverse image searching those pictures, and they all come up. You got these images off of Pinterest and Wattpad. Truthfully, I don't appreciate the fact that you're actively trying to plagiarize and take credit for other people's work. As one director to another, this is incredibly shameful and unprofessional behavior.
All right, I understand. I'm sorry for lying to you and trying to pass them off as my own.
I then unadded him, and the following day, he not only blocked me, but Jordan as well, which is wild because I must remind everyone watching that Jordan was not only one of Henry's voice actors, but his lead voice actor in his upcoming animated series. Ridiculous. The whole situation was not only wild but dumb as well. I have no idea what Henry's plan was. I'm sure he was gonna take my money and run, but at what cost? He was a director himself with a team of his own. He had so much to lose, so it didn't make sense that he'd ruin his career over something like this. I thought the whole situation was really funny. This guy thinks I'm stupid. This guy really thinks I'm stupid. Please be careful when working with people online, especially if any form of currency is involved. There are scammers everywhere, in every community. Even people like Henry, who was a director and had a team of his own, was more than willing and ready to scam me. Please, when working with people online, use critical thinking skills and be slow to act. It can only take a few clicks and you can lose everything you've ever worked for. What did you think of this story? Have you ever been scammed before? Let me hear your stories down below in the comments. Be sure to let me know if you'd like more of these kind of storytime videos, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and drop a like. If you want to do a little bit more to support me, consider becoming a patron for early access to stuff like this, or consider commissioning me over on Etsy or Ko-fi. Unlike the person in today's video, all of that art and animation belongs to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.